Hey guys, I had some free time to talk about where my zoo deck has gone. I definitely was taking it too big, high convert mana cost, although I still think you should do a little bit higher than 2 convert mana cost right now. But with the most recent GP that came out, the meta's changed a little bit, and I had to change the deck accordingly. So I'm back to on the mostly Gruul Zoo train. The reason why I'm saying mostly is because I'm still splashing white for Path, which I think is very necessary now that you seem to need a lot more removal. And if you look at the deck as is, it's definitely got more removal. It's got 4 Lightning Bolt, 3 Path to Exile, 1 Domri, 4 Pillar of Flame, which makes about, let's see here, about 12 removal, if you don't count Gorklan Rampager, who can bring that removal count pseudo up to about 16. If you look in the side, I've definitely kept the white for a couple of reasons. One is Stony Silence is huge against Affinity. Boros Charm I still think's nice, although I really like Vines of Vastwood better. And my deck is mostly green to account for that change. It's still got Woolly Thoktar in the main, as well as Loomline? Doesn't got Loomline. Did I cut all the Loom lines? I guess I did cut all the Loom lines. Oh well. I cut all the Loom lines. But the big thing is I've got Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman is a boss right here. I was finding that when I was trying to do mostly when I was trying to do things like use Rancor, I found that going turn 1 Deathrite Shaman, turn 2 Burning Tree Emissary into Curdape and Deathrite Shaman is way better than going Burning Tree Emissary into Curdape and Rancor. Like, it just, the amount of damage I was pulling out because of Deathrite Shaman's ability, as well as his ability to ramp and mana fix me into like my white if I need to, or ramp into the Domri or the Woolly Thoktar, or double down on my creatures and put multiple creatures down, outvalued the Rancor. Deathrite Shaman's really good. I wish he was not as good, because I think Grim Lavamancer's better on our mana and is a cooler card in general. But Deathrite Shaman's, is a broken 1-drop for all the many reasons. Not to mention, he does give the deck some main deck hate on Graveyard. And if you look down on my my sideboard, I've got 2 Scavenging Ooze in the sideboard because I literally am that not worried about Graveyard hate right now. It would make me feel better if I could stuff 1 more Relic of Progenitus in there, but that's alright. Or even like a Rest in Peace. I definitely did have a Rest in Peace earlier, and that when I had 2 Rest in Pieces, what I just did was I replaced the Tarmogoyf with 2 Scavenging Oozes and 2 Rest in Pieces. It's that easy. We're not really Graveyard dependent, although Tarmogoyf gets bigger on it, and Deathrite Shaman uses the Graveyard. We're not dependent on Deathrite Shaman's abilities, and Tarmogoyf's replaceable since we've got speed. Let's play a couple games so that we can show what this deck's got to offer. We got a lot of choices here for Modern. Roll! 7. It's a strong 7, guys, and it was totally beaten by a way stronger 17. This seems like a great hand. I mean, if we draw anything, we can play it. No. What? He went down to 4, so we're just gonna keep it, alright? Let's keep it. Fuck it, man. What was that? What was that? We all mulliganed. It was like nothing but lands. No, we're fine now, but shit, man. That was nuts. That was stupid. Server's acting a little slow, too. So I think I might get booted at some point in time, which would be sad. Then I'd have to start the video all over again. Whoa, that was a lot of text messages. I'm very popular. Take your turn, dog. Dog. I don't know why you were you thinking about pathing it on the end of my turn? No, you just were delayed. Alright, so this is going to be an easy victory. It looks like. I think we're going to go ahead and Curd Ape. Well, no, we could Curd Ape next time and still have Gore Clan Rampager mana open. That seems like the better plan. Right click. I play a little too fast, I'm sure. I don't actually clarify that my stuff's like been pumped or anything. But I assume the person will do it and I correct them if they don't realize it. It's like, I'm not going to forget that that guy's a 3-3 and that guy's a 2-2. Why would I forget about stuff like that? Oh, I forgot. I only had 1 red mana. Derp-de-dude. Let's go ahead and I don't think he's got an instant that could kill my experiment one. It is 1 land hand. He can have Path. That's what I would think he has. It would be weird if he had some form of like Sun Lance. But a Path to Exile is no big deal. Like, that's fine, yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and hardcast the we're gonna go ahead and hardcast Gore Clan Rampager next turn. So truthfully, I didn't actually have much trouble with the mana base. I could have very easily done this differently and gotten more damage in if I went Curd Ape turn 2. I just didn't realize that I didn't have an extra red mana open. But I haven't really had any trouble with the mana base since the white is a splash and Deathrite Shaman's in the deck. It's been pretty smooth sailing. Yeah, show me your hand. Oh my god, slivers. Showing me your hand was a bad idea. Like, now I know you have slivers, and I'm going to put my Volcanic Fallout and Pyroclasm in the deck. Domri Raid probably comes out. Trying to think what else probably comes out. I want to actually keep my removal in the deck because slivers need other slivers to be good. So I'm going to take out the Woolly Thoktar and a Gore Clan Rampager. Reasoning being is, maybe do I keep... No, I keep the Deathrite Shaman because it's part of the core right now. Reason being, like, I want to be the removal guy over here. One mana to do nothing. I mean, I wish I had a better hand, but I'm going to keep it because I don't like mulliganing down to 5. It's generally my thing. Ooh, Volcanic Fallout! Way cool! We're just going to let that guy play into the Volcanic Fallout, I think. That's going to be the deal with it. By the way, that's the thing that I built. Like, the deck has 7 cards that died of Volcanic Fallout in it. But other than that, it does not. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Arid Misa and pass the turn. Because even if he Muscle Slivers here, he'd have to Muscle Sliver again. And he plays an Ether Vial, so that's fine, yeah. So we're just going to let him play right into the Volcanic Fallout. And I can do it at instant speed, so I can play it during his turn. So even if he's casting something that's going to pump him all to 3/3, I can in response Volcanic Fallout and kill everything. And then he's just left with a 2/2. Or a 1/1. I think it's actually a 1/1, isn't it? And we got the mana. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I'm actually not going to use this. I'm going to use this so that way I can crack this for a blood vault or a blood crypt, so I can then start using Deathrite Shaman. But I'm going to put the pig out now because he's a 3/3. And that means he'll survive the Volcanic Fallout that I do next turn. So I hope he dumps his hand here, that he puts something out with the Ether Vial at 1. And then he puts out like 2 things with the Ancient Ziggurat. The cool thing about Volcanic Fallout is even if Muscle Sliver, or whatever the sliver is, he's not doing anything weird as hell. Maybe he's trying to do something like in response. I'm going to go ahead and attack here. And if he tries to do something in response, cool. If he doesn't, fine. Truth is, I can Volcanic Fallout with the Tarmogoyf out there, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just wait. Because the Volcanic Fallout's going to make me win. That's really what it's going to do. I'm still going to do it on his turn, but hopefully he plays something. It'll literally just win me the game on the minute it happens. Sure, they have Double Strike. So I could Volcanic Fallout and then next turn put out a Tarmogoyf that's going to be a 3/4 and a Deathrite Shaman. Or I could put out the 4/4. Choices. I'm going to go ahead and just blow him out right now so that I don't lose the tempo. Oh, we got a Pyroclasm, so we're safe for now. And I think I don't want to put out the Deathrite Shaman, but I do want to put out the Tarmogoyf. And then I'll crack this and let it come into play tap so I can have Deathrite Shaman stuff. I totally did. This guy is being like, you didn't take your life damage from your own spell, but I definitely did. Moving on. I was at 16. I took 4. I gained 2. Look at the chat. So I'm putting out the Tarmogoyf right now, so that way I don't kill my own Deathrite Shaman with the Pyroclasm. It's probably even unnecessary to put out the Deathrite Shaman. I can crack this at the end of his turn for a Blood Crypt. He's got to rebuild his board anyways, and I screw him over with the Pyroclasm. I'm going to let him walk into the Pyroclasm, so I'm actually not going to do it next turn. Because if he doesn't block, that's fine with me too. I'll just pay for a Gore Clan Rampager and have it out on the field to attack with. Unless he, like, flashes in something with the Vial. In which case, I still got the Gore Clan Rampager to back it up. This should be enough to pull through even without anything else, because the Pyroclasm is at least going to take out the Gem Hide, I believe. Regardless of what he puts down, he's probably trying to get, like, some huge thing out there. He didn't pump up the Ether Vial during his upkeep. Either he forgot or he's actually keeping it on 3 for a reason, but that's a little weird that you'd keep it on 3 and not flash something at the end of the turn. I mean, he's definitely not the best player in the world. I mean, after all, he's playing Slivers. But again, I've played bad decks before. Good game. Let's leave it now. A 3 here. We always go last. I always want to go first, but that never happens. This is land. Got 4 lands in my hand. 2 of them are fetches, so I can maybe lower my chances, and I'm going second, so hopefully I don't draw an extra land. I always feel dumb keeping 4 land hands, because I'm always like, well, as long as I don't draw another land, I just draw action for 2 turns, then I'm awesome. But if I don't, then it sucks. Hand. Reveal to all players. Here's what you know it's in my hand. To draw a card, what are you, like, Storm or something? Duh! And like I said, always the 5th land shows up to make me feel like an idiot. Like a freaking idiot. Crack this for a basic. I don't know if he's tempo, so I'm just going to crack it for a basic. There's no real reason, unless I draw a Curd Ape, in which case I should break it for a non-basic. Yeah, I'm going to break it for a non-basic. I changed my mind. Stomping Grounds. There, all the Stomping Grounds in my entire deck is in my hands. What are you going to bolt it? I mean, you can bolt it. No big deal if you decide to bolt it. That's fine. Bolt it ahead of time. You take damage for yourself, so you go down 15. It's not the best place to be in the world. I suppose you think I don't have any action in my hand aside from what you saw, and you were correct. I don't have any action in my hand aside from what you saw. So, that's that. No, he's definitely like a Delver deck then if he's doing that, or like he's Fey. Good call for me on that land that I was talking about. Take another 2 damage. Great. Go ahead and mana leak it, dude. Oh, you mana leaked it. Oh, it's mana leaked. The end of the day, definitely do still have out a 2/3 Curd Ape. Oh, if you pass the turn, I know what you're doing, and I don't like this. Clicked. Unless you're going to let me go into my main phase, in which case I'm taking my main phase. Start combat. Swinging. You should not have waited that long, by the way, dude. But I'm okay with that. Here I'm going to crack for my Temple Garden. I'm definitely losing a lot of life on my lands. Not the way I wanted to go, but kind of had to in order to do this Woolly Thoktar. So he's either got the mana leak here or he doesn't. He does. Oh, Remand. Okay, sure. Goes back into my hand. Buys him a turn. I think he's playing Fae. I mean, like, that's the only deck that I can think that wants to be this reactive. Riftbolt. Okay. I guess you're trying to get in some damage here. Or you're trying to set up the Woolly Thoktar. I mean, you know what's in my hand. It hasn't changed. Yeah, I think he's trying to get something to counter the Woolly Thoktar. He might be panicking now. Nothing's changed, dude. But you did basically just tell me I've got the clear ahead for my Woolly Thoktar. So thank you for that. And yes, you could double down your burn on Rift Bolts into something else, like another bolt or something, which is okay by me, because if you do that, then you're not hitting me, sure. And you're wasting 2 cards to get rid of my 1 card. And you're down to 1 card in hand while I still got a Pillar and a Flint Hoof Boar. So unless that 1 card is something really good, my Pillar is stupid wasteful here. Let's do this first. Because he might have the something to counter it. He does not, and we're going to put out our Curd Ape now. I mean, he's down to 1 card in hand, though. So let's see. Well, he's got 2 cards in hand now. But if he puts down anything permanent, I've got the Pillar of Flame for it. And if he decides to bolt my Curd Ape or something, that's fine too. Mountain was not what I wanted to draw there. I'm going to keep the Curd Ape to block. Next turn, I'd be much more happier swinging with both of them and finishing off with a Pillar of Flame. I'd rather hold the Pillar of Flame in case he tries to cast something, though. So he's got a mana. I don't know what that does for him, other than maybe buy him a turn with Cryptic Command, but then he's not Mutavolting. Oh, wow, so much land, dude. All the land. Give him the chance here to Cryptic Command. We're going to take the risk here and not leave up the blocker, so that way we can attack with... and we can still Pillar of Flames. If he takes 3 damage off of it, he does not. Sure, block. That's fine. Magma Jet. Sure. Let's see here. So we can Pillar of Flames right now. It does the same deal with the Curd Ape. So I'm just going to go ahead and Pillar of Flames right here while he still can't counter it. bring him down to 1 life so he can't, like, fetch land. It also forces him to have to play blockers or he loses the game. Yep. So what do we want to do against this? He's got a ton of removal, so we're going to go ahead and put in our Vines of Astrid. The Pillar of Flames were less than impressive, so we're going to take them out. Domri's great in this matchup. Woolly Thoctor is really good, too. Volcanic Fallout might be a cool option. Molten Rains are less of a cool option because he's not playing a 3rd color. Boros Charm is cool if he does removal spells. I can probably 2-for-1 him with it. So the choice is either Scavenging Ooze, or Volcanic Fallout, or Boros Charm. Since I'm going 2nd, I'm not going to choose Volcanic Fallout, nor Scavenging Ooze, because it would refer me to have to play more mana. So I'm going to go ahead and take Boros Charm. I'll keep it. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. He'll have to play removal in order to stop this kind of a hand with a turn 1, experiment 1, Curd Ape, and then followed up by something else. And I think that's probably what he's doing. He's probably got a Bolt in hand, which is fine. We're going to go, again, taking 2 damage off our lands here for the experiment 1. So that way, if I get a Curd Ape, I can double pump it. Even if I get a Deathrite Shaman, I double pump it. Deathrite Shaman's actually probably better than anything else I could draw right now, because it would turn his removal spells into burn for me. And that's also why I didn't play that Forest first, it's just because I expected that he was going to burn it. Which is fine. I would just love a removal spell now. More than anything else, I want a Bolt. Burning Tree Emissary is not a Bolt, but it will do. Young Pyromancer can just take over the game, and I don't like that. We're going to play a little conservatively here with my life total. If I had a Bolt, I definitely would have not even experimented or Burning Tree Emissary. I would have just Curd Aped and bolted the thing. But if he's playing a lot of counter spells, then choosing to not do anything might actually be the correct move. Here we're going to go ahead and definitely counteract whatever he's doing. On who? And we're still bringing it back to 12, and that's fine with me. 12 is a great thing. Few library, mountain, because we don't have a Deathrite Shaman, so there's no real need to not have the mountain. And put out the Curd Ape. So yeah, he still has an elemental to block with, and that sucks, especially with the Pyromancer, but he's got diminishing returns currently going on. And this is just 1 damage, we'll take it. He's trying to bait me into like the Magma Jet, which would replace his elemental anyways, so that would be stupid on my part. I'm gonna force him to have to play the pressure game, the catch-22, like, Yes, you can deal 1 damage to me with your elemental one. It was just a really, really like obvious play. Like you have your entire mana open, you're attacking with a 1/1 into a 2/3. You have a magma jet into your in your hand. It's like very obvious. Why else would you ask me to block? And I'm definitely not going to block that. We'll just attack here. With both, yeah. We're just going to attack with both. Because even if he has the removal spell, which he does, it'll allow me to do a next turn, Woolly Thoktar. And he loses all of his stupid little blockers. And so when we put out the Woolly Thoktar, he's not going to be able to deal with it. Because that's just a big, beefy dude who's going to require him to use all of his spells in order to actually get something out of it, and he'll start losing that long game. If I knew he had the Young Pyromancer, I would have sided in the Volcanic Fallouts. Yeah, I'm okay with trading my Woolly Thoktar for your Young Pyromancer. That's fine. Seems fun. Let's see what we draw here. A land. We draw so many lands in this. I took it. You triple block, or double block, that's fine with me too. Let's see what you got here. You got out a little 1/1, but my top decks are generally better than yours. Alright, we're moving on to game 3, because fuck it. And that took way too fucking long. We're going to take out the Boros Charm. We are going to keep the rest of that shit in there. We're going to put the Volcanic Fallouts, though. Because that ruins him, especially Pyroclasm. I think we're going to take out the Domri for that, too. And let's take out not a Woolly Thoktar or any of these guys. Like a Flint Hoofboar, probably. Alright, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. What do we got? Burning Tree Emissary into turn 1 removal. Yeah, we'll keep it for now. No reason not to. This lets us not waste any time. We can go ahead and put down a mountain. And if he tries to put down the turn 1... if he tries to put down the turn 1 Delver, we can bolt it right away. Hopefully we draw a turn 2 play, not another land. Dude, I am drawing so much lands lately. It's killing me. It actually is killing me. View library. Get ourselves a basic forest. Burning tree into nothing. We have a bear. Rawr, a bear. Oh my god, this is awful. RGN strikes again. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down the Arid Mesa and go for the Curdape. If he wants to counterspell it, it's probably fine. Because the next turn I can just play the Gorkline Rampager. Wait, he's got no counterspells in hand? He's got a Bolt. Sure, Bolt. Cracking that Arid Mesa, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a, since it's our only fetch land in hand, yeah, let's grab ourselves a, the Blood Crypt, and play it tapped. We ain't got no reason not to. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Truth is, we could waste his counterspell if he's got one. If he doesn't, we win. I think I'd rather the we'd win aspect, especially since I've only got a lonely Burning Tree Emissary in there. If he remands it, that's fine. Stays in our hand. Stays in our hand. That's good enough. We do have the Path to Exile though for the Young Pyromancer, so that's fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to Path to Exile it right now, and if he remands it, then that's fine. Because I'm keeping the Temple Guard in my hand, he doesn't know that I've got access to that. That's fine. So he got himself an Elemental out of that, and that's definitely not what I wanted. But it's better than nothing. We're not going to trample over. There's no reason. I'd rather trample over a bad block for him. Okay, so if he's Serum Visionings here, that means he doesn't have a he doesn't have the what do you call it? The Young Pyromancer, because otherwise he would definitely have it. He would have to play the Young Pyro first into the Serum Visions. Sure, Young Pyromancer. But I don't have the removal spell for. Like, this deck, I don't know, it's a little iffy, man. Either it wins on the back of Young Pyromancer or it doesn't win. It's one of the which. It's never, like, both. Cool, Lightning Bolt. Definitely what I wanted to see here. And he can spell pierce it, but I've got the mana to pay for it. And he also Vapor Snag, that's fine too. He loses a life off of it, and I get to play the Gore Clan Rampager. That's still going to force him to play certain amounts of mana and to attack with his Mutavault again. I don't mind taking the 2 damage here. That's fine. He's trying to bait me into like a removal spell. It's pretty easy to see that he had like that in his hand. So we know one of his is a Magma Jet. I'm going to go ahead and just swing all out here. Okay. Now I could just hit him with the... I think I'm going to actually hit the token here with the... with this, because then I trample over 4, and that brings him down to a small amount. Yes, he can still block, but... Because trample works like that. If there's nothing blocking it, you trample all the way over. Yes. Ask the chat if you like. That's how it works. Yeah, when you remove a blocker in response, if it's got trample, it goes over the entire amount. And that's worth noting. So this is going to force him back on his heels. He has to block now, because even if he tries to get aggressive... I did. Don't be so salty. So I don't know what he's doing. He attacks all out there. He's trying to get aggressive, I guess, during the last bit, which is why I was fetching early for, like, very conservative plays. I don't know why you would suspend that rather than full pay it. So suppose I can attack here and just win the game, probably. So yeah, top tech finds a Vast Fidwigan, and he rage quit. Yeah, so that's gonna happen. Again, so that's how you play against this tempo deck that's now appearing a lot. The Young Pyromancer is hilariously hard to deal with. He's very, very good in the Delver shell. But it becomes like a sort of a game where like when he's out, he becomes awesome. When he's not there, it becomes less awesome. If you can get rid of him and get out his tricks and play smart around it, then you can win the game. My keeping the Gore Clan Rampager there won for me. And it was just because I was playing smarter than him, really, was what it was. I don't know why he didn't... Let's see how much... He had to do 1, 2 in order to get that damage in. He had 1... Okay, so that's why he paid for the Rift Bolt. He was trying to delay the win for the next turn. I don't know. I guess that's fine to do that with. But... Yeah, even if you blocked this guy, I could still I would still win. Leaving up blockers seems like a better plan, especially when I was... Because the swinging's not that hard. You could just leave up blockers for it. I don't know. I don't know if there was a way that he could win. I don't know what was that last card in his hand. But... Yeah, like the Vines of Vastwood would have been very good earlier on to avoid, like, my Kurt Ape dying. Yeah, I only had 3 creatures to win this game with, so that's a little less impressive. But as you can see, what I was talking about on the thread, having more removal spells has really been paying off, especially against the Delver stuff. Temple Garden, Kurt Ape, Gore Clan Rampager, all those would have been, well, Gore Clan Rampager would have been really good. Volcanic Fallout, though, and Pyroclasm, I got a mix of the two just because I'm deciding which one I like better, whether to do it on turn 2, whether to do it on turn 3. Has been really good too. Like, it just wins this matchup. They go ahead and they do their thing. They make like 5 elemental tokens, and then you go, that's fine. Before blocks, I'm gonna go ahead and now use a Volcanic Fallout, kill everything you own, and I continue swinging through with my Gore Clan Rampager because you got nothing to block with. It's been really good, which is why my deck has been mostly big asses rather than the 2 toughness. The other creatures that died in my own Volcanic Fallout is Burning Tree Emissary and Deathrite Shaman. But in a lot of cases, and I didn't do it this game because I was trying to be a little more aggressive, I will side out the Burning Tree Emissaries when I put the Volcanic Fallouts in. So that way I've only got 3 cards in the entire deck that die to it. But Deathrite Shaman is so powerful, it's worth not even worrying about. As you can see, he used a Snapcaster a bunch of times, not this time, but Deathrite Shaman does a lot to stop the Snapcaster stuff and gets you forward, and also will mana ramp you into a turn 3 Gore Clan Rampager, turn 2 Woolly Thoktar, depending, or just double down on more stuff. So he's really, really good. He's just really good. I've really been liking this. I think playing white specifically for Path has been pretty good for me. You don't really want more than 2 Dismembers. I have the ability to throw Helixes in here too. Also, Stony Silence has been really good, and Boris Charm has been really good too. I've been thinking about Thalias and stuff. Like, those are always stuff to put in. Your sideboard gets a lot better when you splash for white. And the Deathrite Shaman makes it so that it's not super necessary that you need the white. And as you guys saw, like, I was cracking for a lot of basics a lot of the time, so I wasn't even taking most of my damage. I would be doing a turn 1 Stomping Ground, which would deal upwards to, make me now go to 17, but then after that I'd probably crack for basics, except for when I need the white, and even when I need the white or the black, I can think ahead of time for it. So it's worth looking at. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and remember to feed your animals. And Domri reveals a land. Woo! Oh, this is bad. I might just have to cut this game short and be like, I was losing. Speed it up.